Why
So
does MS beat KCM1?
I just think he just beats him.
Okay, yeah, I know that. Well, why do you think he beats him?
I think just from like the feats shown, I think he just shows better feats against Raikage.
Okay, you're giving me stuff that's like a given. I understand. What does he do?
Oh, I think he shows relativity to V1 Raikage slash being above, and then I think Naruto's only relative to V1, and then I also think that like he can have some sort of reaction to V2 Raikage.
I don't think he's relative to a full power V1.
Why not?
Because he's relative to the V1 that he fights, and then literally after the Chidori, Raikage unleashes a huge amount of chakra that he wasn't using previously. So Raikage
Yeah, yeah. So like, but the thing with that, right, is that as soon as that happens, when he gets grabbed, right, then he gets like body slammed to the ground, like Sasuke gets body slammed to the ground, but like this is Sasuke like after like stabbing him with Chidori, so Sasuke's like not in like a good position
No,
here.
I'm not. I'm
So
not
then he
saying. I'm
gets
not arguing that he like blitzed Sasuke or anything like that. I'm just saying that that version of Raikage that Sasuke scales to is one that's withholding a massive amount of chakra.
yeah, but okay, right, yeah. So let me just reiterate my point. So what I'm saying is that like this Sasuke though, when after this big pulsation of chakra comes from for the Raikage, it's still showing relative feats to him. So I
Wait,
just
no,
like
he
present.
literally does it after the big after the increase is when Sasuke is being picked up. That's when the increase happens. Sasuke doesn't react.
Yeah, but then Sasuke. One second, I'm typing that.
Oh well,
Pardon me.
he reacts. I guess you could say he puts up the rib cage. But that's like I guess him reacting to himself falling to the ground. That's
But then
another.
like after that, like basically when he's on the ground, then he like flicks Raikage off of him,
No, he pushes
like
himself
pretty
back. He
easily.
doesn't hit the Raikage.
Doesn't he like literally hit Raikage off him
No,
with the Susanoo arm?
no. The arm pushes himself away from the Raikage. He doesn't hit Raikage.
He doesn't.
No, I'll go to it.
I get scared here.
What
So
chapter
I
is
was
it?
really good at it.
I don't feel like.
Let me
Should be
look.
like 4-6, yeah.
Should be something like that, yeah.
464.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
chapter.
It's
Yeah,
463.
yeah, plus it's freaking.
It doesn't look like he's hitting the Raikage. It looks like he's pushing himself back.
Let me just look at this real quick.
Yeah, it def. Cause then like yeah, the arm thing is like next to the Raikage. I sent it. It's not like hitting the Raikage. It looks like he just pushed himself away.
Let me see. So he just pushed himself away with that.
That's what it looks like.
Well, I don't think it looks though, because like the thing is that like he hits Raikage then like bounces back. I think that makes
Where are
sense
you
because
getting
it's
that he
like
hit
the,
him?
well he pushed him off
Where are you getting that he pushed him off?
because he's back on his feet now. While had the
Why does
Susanoo
that
on
mean
like
he
next to
pushed?
Raikage.
Why does that mean he pushed the Raikage instead of pushing himself away?
Oh, because Raikage is about to hit him, and when he does this, Raikage's like arms on the ground now.
Because his arm was going towards the ground when Sasuke moves. So of course, if he's finishing his movement, his arm goes to the ground.
Okay, okay.
So that doesn't mean he hits Raikage. That means Raikage's movement was to go to the ground. That's what he did.
Alright, well I think like MS Sasuke is able to like just slightly like track a V2, which would be like a powered up version of
When
Raikage.
does he track
As like
it?
Oshimo. I should look at this game.
You talking about the last thing with the Amaterasu?
Yeah, I think he like just slightly is able to track when he's teleporting, and then like he turns around after as well.
I don't think that's tracking. Unless you're talking about like after the Amaterasu. Are you talking about like he turns his head after the Raikage leaves?
Yeah, yeah, he turns his
So
head.
that Raikage was literally like just moving for quite a while because we see like after Raikage moves, like the Amaterasu hits another person, then Sasuke turns his head. So it's not that he's just reacted to it, like the
Oh
Raikage himself. His Amaterasu hits the person behind Raikage.
no, I mean like but are you talking about the one where Raikage just dodges it, then he turns, or the one where Raikage is behind him and he turns?
When he like when Raikage first he shoots the Amaterasu, Raikage moves, he
Yeah.
hits somebody else, then
Mhm.
Sasuke turns his head. Then when
Yeah.
Raikage is pulling up on him, he screams in his ear, and then Sasuke finally he puts up the flames. Then he finally turns his head. So Rakage's got all the way across the room. He's been behind him for a few seconds now. He's reaching to get to his head, and Sasuke finally turns to his head. Finally turns around. don't think there's any form of relativity or him tracking him at all. Rakage's made too many movements around the room for that to like scale Sasuke to him.
But then he can still like mentally react and then turn around. So like
Huh?
he can still mentally react and activate a Matarasu. I don't think
Oh
like
yeah,
he'd want to
that's fine.
move.
He can activate a Matarasu because he knows like he can like understand that Rakage's gonna run up on him or try to punch him like he's been doing during this fight. That's fine. I don't think that scales like his actual reaction speed anywhere. It scales the activation of the Matarasu.
So do you think like Sasuke would move if he knew Raikage was there or something?
I don't think no,
Move
I
it the
don't.
way if he
Yeah,
could.
yeah, I don't think it's in character for him to stand still.
Well, I
Because
kind of like the
it's
reason why I
also
was like,
inconsistent with like the statement that Karin gives right here that he can't keep up with him. He's launching a shield.
alright. Well, the reason I do think like it's kind of like maybe not in character, but like why he wouldn't move out the way of this is because like as we see his like first encounter of like something like a Susanoo is when he's against Itachi, so like Itachi's super strong, etc. I mean now he has this like kind of like invincible type shield thing of
Okay,
what, or so
that
he
doesn't. We
thinks.
literally just went over a point where Sasuke had the rib cage, was about to take a hit. He'd rather move himself instead of just taking the hit.
Oh fuck, we did. But like he didn't destroy the Susanoo though, so that's still like fine. Like why he wouldn't need to move out the way.
What?
But the rib cage is even cut. But in that angle when Sasuke's like on the ground and Raikage's about to hit him, I don't see the rib cage being over Sasuke to protect
Okay,
him
he
from
can use
that.
the Amaterasu just like he's doing here.
But that wouldn't reach Raikage.
What Raikage has to reach down to Sasuke, doesn't he?
No, no, no. Okay, so when we're talking about the first guy when he gets like slammed to the ground and then he tries to hit him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Wait,
when
he literally does this when Raikage is dropping down on him. He uses the he uses the Amaterasu and
yeah.
pierces it, shoots it upwards. They literally in the
No,
exact
no,
same
no, no.
scenario.
Before
No,
that,
I'm
before that.
saying at the end they're in like a very similar scenario, even worse for Sasuke, and we see that Sasuke could just use the Amaterasu and shoot it outwards, so that pierces the Raikage with the flames. He
This is like
literally
a
does
Raikage
this.
from like a heightened area though.
His arm is in a heightened area because Sasuke's on the floor.
Yeah, but it's not as high. It's just a leg drop
What's the
coming down. It's not
difference?
well, it's Raikage's full body weight coming down onto him, whereas this is just like an
So it would
arm.
be even worse if to just use the Amaterasu in that scenario.
Yeah. Alright. Fuck.
But even
Right?
without using that, because then it messes up because then that's V2. Either way, I'm just saying he doesn't take the hit here. He could have just used the Amaterasu like he does against V2, but he decides to move out of his way. And all just and then there's also no way to even show that he can actually track the Raikage to begin with here, because all we know is that he's just activating his Amaterasu. Karin literally states, someone giving us information about the situation, literally states he can't keep up.
Okay. Could you, where does it say like, well, like you get like that boost in like chakra or some
I'll be
shit?
right back.
Alright. Yeah, I'm getting sound to my fucking neck. Yeah, Escanor, this is not what, like.
How you gonna lose?
Nigga, Sig said he has potential to be in the SS. You want me to win against a nigga like this? Are you stupid?
Yeah, nigga, he's ass.
Oh god. Oh my god. So,
Why is Naruto Jaeger muted? Why you muted my boy?
I didn't mute him. He got muted by somebody else. He made like a noise or some shit. I don't know.
Noise. I'm just a Somalian.
Make
You see, my powers are beyond your limits.
Muslims, dude. You about to get rolled, bro.
All right,
About to
I'm
get
back.
No,
rolled.
All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
I'm not. I'm not.
Hey,
Really,
Leech, what's going on?
I can't get stuck.
So everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. Alright. Okay. So alright. So I guess I'll just agree that like, would you agree that like, so the Rakage before the burst of, well, actually, my bad. Could you show me like he has his burst of chakra? Cause I don't get what you mean.
Karin says when he's slamming Sasuke on his head, "Whoa, I can't believe he has this much chakra," which wouldn't make any sense because she had already commented on his chakra level before.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. But why couldn't this just be like? She already come. Yeah. So she wait. Let's she come on.
She
So she
makes a
comes to the
statement
chakra.
when he comes over, saying that Rakage, like
Oh.
she says, there's a big, like a huge, massive chakra coming towards us, or she says a huge ball of chakra, whatever.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Whenever Rakage arrives.
But why couldn't she just be like, just really special? Like, damn, he has a lot of chakra. Like, this is like quite a big thing.
Okay, well,
Like, it's
she
a big
already
opponent
makes
for
a statement
Sasuke.
about him having a lot of chakra, so it would make sense for her to just randomly say it again. Especially when we see the lightning cloak like fizz up or whatever when he's doing it. So it's more consistent for him to just be getting an increase here.
Alright. So the right Kage before having the bigger Ampin chakra, would you say Sasuke is above him with the Chidori Amp?
What with the holding back Raikage? Sure, he could be like
Yeah.
relatively
Okay.
low above. Yeah.
Resident. Okay. Cool. That's alright. So you should just go to Naruto.
Okay. Well, Naruto just scales to Raikage. B1 Raikage.
I think that's like a holding back right Kage, like the one against Sasuke though.
Okay. Why is he holding back there?
Because I don't really see him having like, the same, as you said, like fizzing, which like represent that he's got like, using his all of his chakra like he did for Kara instead of it.
Yeah, cause yeah, that's what he's powering up in the middle. I'm seeing he could have just used his chakra when he powers up originally, like he does.
Can you show me that?
What that he powers up?
Yeah, he powers up like at the start of that fight with
Yeah, he
Naruto.
powers up when he activates his V1. He powers into V1.
Yeah, but I'm saying that so he's in V1 against Sasuke, but he hasn't like
But
powered up.
yeah, this is when he does it in the middle of it. That's why we see it fizzing again.
So you're saying he like, so you're saying he didn't have it, then he did have
I'm
it.
saying that the reason we see it fizz in the middle of it because he's powering up again while already in the state. I'm saying if he had just powered up to the state originally, there should be no reason for us to see the fizz or this extra fizz in the middle of it. Or just,
Okay.
we shouldn't really be seeing the power up. And it makes sense for him to be going all out against Naruto.
All right. Well. Yeah, alright, cool. Let's go raped, cool. Alright, GG, right.